Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Borderlands 3. I am your host, Grin. It's been a while since we've actually jumped headfirst into Borderlands, but this is something pretty awesome that we got from Gearbox, this insane, creepy-ass mask. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting Moze to get the most horrific thing on the planet, but boy howdy did we get it. Anyways, the reason why there hasn't been too many videos on Borderlands, well, there's been consistent videos about Borderlands because I just made 1,000 and I'm trickling them out to you guys. One of the things I wanted to say on top of is the build that I currently made, which is, of course, we made a build for our girl Moze, which I love to pieces. And then I made a follow-up video, basically talking about the new changes that they've added, which is basically putting, I think it was this skill right over here, on a like 10-second cooldown, or sorry, 3-second cooldown. Or 4-second. Anyways, they put it on a cooldown where beforehand this thing was just constantly proccing, which was awesome, but it was also resulting in Moze having like endless bullets if you had a special grenade. So then they made that huge nerf. Everyone was kind of panicked, rightfully so. A lot of builds kind of got de-ranked to where you couldn't really regenerate ammunition. But then Gearbox seen that this one was like affecting the other builds as well. So the grenade build for Moze was affecting the infinite ammo kind of situation as well. So they said, okay, 3 seconds is too long. Drop it to, I think they said 2.5 or some seconds of a cooldown for this, which made it so you could actually basically have unlimited ammunition and keep firing. Perfect. But well, actually things were great. Things were like back on track, and I felt like, okay, now Moze is powerful again. You know, you're not regenerating like all of your grenades, but you're still in like this nice wheelhouse. And then the dreaded Halloween update got dropped.
Hi, me here in post. Yeah, I didn't mean the Halloween update was bad. I'm saying that the Halloween patch made things unstable and like rocked everyone's build. Well, not everybody, just Moze. Yeah.
And I was so hoping that what had happened is that Gearbox was basically using an old like version of the game, and that was their template for working on the Halloween updates. So then hopefully they would address it and be like, whoops, we have to go back and do these same changes that were there. But no, apparently that's not the case. So not only have I noticed after the Halloween update that they're like, it's ridiculous. And the one thing that, again, I've mentioned in the past in a lot of these videos is, one of the things that Gearbox has said, way before the Halloween update even came out, was, okay, community, we hear you. We're going to stop nerfing things. We're going to work on just buffing up other weapons and stuff like that. Or at least that's what was communicated to us in like an update sheet, like on paper. Then, with all the information we have now, like what is going on now, it very much just sounds like, oh yeah, so we're not going to tell you about what we're going to be completely dismantling because you guys just get mad. So instead we're just going to do it and then not tell you about it. And then you're just going to get even more mad because that's not how that works. Cool. Good. Fucking awesome. And again, I don't know, maybe I'm missing like 2 or 3 things here, so maybe my anger is not justified, maybe. All I know is that every single time I was on Gearbox's side for a lot of this, and then after the 4th time they've broken Moze, basically, I'm just kind of fucking done with it. Because like I've said in the fucking past, Moze is the most non-broken character in the game. She works perfectly as intended. Every skill plays word for word into what we built it for. And it sucks that basically you just can't attain stupid power, because even in Borderlands 2, Salvador, you could attain the stupid power. But anyways, apparently Amara is the only one who can really touch this like god level 1 clipping a boss kind of like shit. But fuck me, I guess. Anyways, we kind of jumped around. Basically, after the Halloween update, I noticed that for whatever reason, I'm regenerating not nearly as much ammunition, and that's with me having changed my build-up and gone down the bottomless mag. So not only do we have just a bunch of stuff, but we also are regenerating 5% of our magazine per second. So we rightfully should be shooting endlessly, but we're not. This skill just decides to fucking nope and stop working. So instead of you nerfing shit, fix what's there. Fuck. Anyways, I'm just riling myself up. Anyways, I really do love this game and love many things about it, but this is the one thing that literally breaks me wanting to play it, because the more I invest, the more time just gets ripped apart, because I invest time to getting a specific legendary for a specific build, only for it to just get no reason why you got that. So then I'm like, wow, I just wasted like 5 hours on something that just got nerfed tomorrow. Why would I play this game consistently? Why would I not just fuck off and download a save file? Why would anybody not do that? Anyways, silliness. So yes, I've noticed that this dumb thing over here, it's not working as well. I find grenades are incredibly low in terms of you getting grenades. Just a really low chance of getting grenades. So that sucks. So I'm not sure if they've walked back that 2 seconds, because now this thing feels like you get... Yeah, I don't know. The only way that you can make this work is if you kind of compensate with the ogre, which is just endless splash damage. So you're kind of always having this proc, but then this limits you to basically one type of weapon. But I'm also not sure if that's what's at play here, because frankly, to be honest with you guys, I'm very confused about what's happening. But basically, the best grenade, one of the greatest grenades in the game for various reasons, they nerfed it, but then I guess they nerfed it again. So not only do they half the damage, and they said, okay, let's do that, but then the next thing, I guess, is that I'm not sure if it counts as splash damage grenade, as a thing that will regenerate your ammunition again. Because yeah, I notice when I'm using these now, I don't recover any grenades, but when I use a grenade like the Ghost Call, that's finally when I start regenerating grenades again. But it's weird because it's broken, but it's broken in a worse way. So it's like, hey, we gave you less options, but it's still just as stupidly powerful. So I just don't get it. I'm completely confused. Like, are you gonna fucking nerf Moze into the ground, or just make her like what you define to be incredibly balanced? Sure, that's not what's happening. It's not balanced. It's just broken in various other ways with less options. Anyways, so that's why I haven't really made an update to the Moze build, is because they keep changing things, and I keep getting more frustrated with like telling you guys a thing. Because if I tell you one thing, then it could just be redundant the next day. Anyways, it's incredibly frustrating, but I'm again, what I'm saying is one of the things that I may be missing is maybe there's just like a very specific kind of grenades that can only be used now. I think someone was saying that Tiny Tina's like explosion grenade kind of works, but how boring that only one kind of type of grenade can exist. Because at least beforehand you could, yes, the hexes were like your safety net, but you could also jump around to things like the firestorm, but then they nerfed that as well. Anyways, let's put on the hex and I'll show you guys what I'm bitching about. So so beforehand, I was able to rock, what do you call, where is it? This, and this is actually very awesome. I didn't even know this was possible, but you can actually get a specific variant of the speed that kills thing, speed kills, the shredder something, with double barrels. So instead of just having the thing where you basically give it more accuracy, but you can't move, that like weird configuration or mod, you can actually just get a whole nother barrel, so you can shoot way faster with way more death, and just good times, fun times. Oh, my chest. Jesus Christ. Anyways, so that's fun, but now I can't regenerate enough ammo at all. But the thing that's also shitty is sometimes I do. Basically, that one skill that I have, the bottomless mag capstone skill, works sometimes, but then it just breaks and stops working. So you're like, well, what do I do? And you just feel like an asshole. Anyways, let's throw some grenades. That's dead. The game is fucking lagging. Also, yeah, that's great. The game is still very laggy and broken, but let's patch and nerf weapons instead of work on stability. Fucking go team. Yeah, also with these damn debuffs, I'm just like a mess.
Thank you. Next.
What happened to him? He just got launched like crazy. Oh, but that's not the only thing that got broken. The main thing that got broken, it's like Gearbox, like, you know what? Every build's like working perfectly. Let's just break everything, and we're not even gonna like explain to you what's happened. Basically, a skill is just literally broken, no longer working anywhere near as intended, or as said. What I'm getting at is this vampire, or whatever the fuck it's called, vampiri, whatever it is. It is no longer working nowhere near as what it was. So then you have like relics or special class mods like this, which are like, hey, the only way you can heal is by doing it yourself, and that's kind of the weird balance, is keeping an eye on your shield and making sure you're alive that way. Cool. No, there's no longer is that way, because it heals you for such a minuscule amount that you're just better off using a fucking shield. Anyways, and not like manually healing through your grenades, and not having to synergize a good grenade with a good shield. So instead of synergization, fuck it, let's just go for a decent shield and just call it good. Great, so cool, so much fun time. Anyways, yes, so again, I'm gonna throw grenades. As you guys can see, we're not gaining fuck all grenades. We're gaining very little. And that's with like so many grenades. That's 6 grenades out and about fucking with things. And yes, it's on a 2-second cooldown, but it still should have something. But anyways, we throw our grenades, chuck some over there, and now we're out of grenades. And again, there's one patch for this, which is using the ogre, but it's a shitty fucking patch for this shitty situation. Yes, to have to forcibly use the ogre and be stuck with it is just kind of a boring play style. That you didn't make the build less powerful, you just made it less fun by essentially not being able to use other weapons. So you're basically regimented to this one play style, which is definitely not going to burn out your player base, using that same gun all the time and being forced to use that same gun all the time just to make one single build work. Especially when your player base has already tasted what that is without it. So, nonsense craziness. So again, the build is still just as strong, it's just way less like options, way less ability to play around and use different weapons, which again I think would fatigue your player base greatly if one build was centered around you using one weapon and that's it. Which beforehand Moze didn't feel this way. And again, if majority of your player base didn't play Moze and feel what that was like, then maybe they'd be fine. But everyone knows where she was and the power that she had. So everyone's like, fuck, this feels really gross in comparison to where she was. And yeah. But yeah, also you guys can see, look at the healing. Like again, our grenades are out and about killing things, but we're not gaining as much shield or roughly any shield. Like we're getting an 1 tick % of our shield. It's awful, 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 awful shield regen compared to what it was, and all that stuff. And again, there's still so many more broken characters than Moze. Again, I mentioned that if Amara just gets one weapon with the right prefix, she gets 300 more damage on a weapon for 10 seconds. What in the fucking fuck is that about? But yet Moze has her skill tree that actually synergizes perfectly within itself. Now let's break that, because fucking why would we have synergy? Why would that be important? Nah, fam, F that. Doesn't make sense. Especially when other characters, basically all they need to get is one anointed buff and you're smooth sailing. And Zane is still shit trash. So why the fuck are you working on these when you should be working on balancing Zane? Anyways. So yeah, that's something that we can basically see is essentially we're healing for nothing. Like our grenades are hitting a bunch of things but not healing for a little bit. And now it seems like we're really, even though I'm not even down the detonation skill tree, I'm pretty down it, but not that much. I'm mainly down bottomless mag, and I still find myself running out of ammunition when at some point this skill breaks, which happens consistently. Anyways. So what I find myself having to do, and it's not a good enough patch, like, I don't feel good enough about it to be like, yeah, now I can make a video about it, and it not be just, like, the most anger-filled, hateful kind of thing. No, I still feel mad, and I'm just like, again, I don't know when I want to jump back in and start making a build or even making Borderlands videos, because I don't know what to fucking talk about, because everything just gets killed immediately. Unless I probably will just keep doing, like, legendary videos where we're just farming, having a good time, but still, it's just like, what a kick in the goddamn mouth this is consistently being. So anyways, on a positive note, if anyone wants any advice on like how to play Moze and still be kind of efficient, is it seems like now there's like way more specific grenades that you need to attain. So instead of just finding a hex and having this thing that makes sense about why it works, because it has all these tethers that are constantly dealing splash damage, and all those times you deal splash damage, you ignite people, you have a chance of regenerating your grenade, you also have a chance of critting somebody, which means you can get more gun regen. All of these things synergizing perfectly well together. No, apparently now you just need to find any sort of Joe Schmo grenade, and it won't even work not nearly as much as other stuff. The kind of good news, I suppose, is the ghost call. I did find, for whatever reason, again, that's why I think certain grenades, like I think someone was saying the Tiny Tina's Happy Hopper works pretty good. That's a hell of a mouthful. Also, I don't think we regenerate enough grenades or ammunition in our bazooka to even really make it good, like this thing, the Freeman, which again, they broke and then they patched, and I thought, oh, good, now it's working well. So let's throw our grenades. So we have our grenades out. All right, we got two bullets. No, now we have no bullets again. We got 1 bullet, 2 bullets. Anything. It's still not working. It's still not like you're not ticking. It's not that you're not able to kill things. It's just that it like you're killing things fine. It's just you're busted. You're broken. You're like, and again, it doesn't work because we already experienced what being not broken was. So it's just like people realize it's just clunky now. You didn't do anything besides make things more jagged. Like we can still kill things in one shot. Like that hasn't changed. It just made the overall experience less good and more shit. Again, I wanted to test the Tiny Tina's Happy Hopper and see if that is anywhere as good. But this, I think, will have to really depend on the ogre to regenerate our grenades. So good times, fun times, and all that. Boom! Tiny Tina's Hopper. Tiny Tina's Hopper. I see we kill things now, like just as fast. I'm not sure if are we regenerating as much grenade stuff? Yeah, I don't know. Like we're regenerating fine. Like again, it just makes things way more clunky. Yeah, no grenades. Now we just shoot something with our ogre. We get some grenades, keep throwing. So again, it just doesn't make fucking sense. Like it's not like we're not killing things or we're not efficient. It's just like things are a lot less smooth and enjoyable. It's just like this shit show. Oh, also, we had a thing all the way back there that I forgot to look at. Oh my god. Anyways, on just a slightly positive note, while I was streaming this and I was just bitter. Again, I'm very bitter about this whole thing because it feels awful. It feels like the most like. Okay, like I don't get it. I just don't understand. I'm getting exhausted trying to like keep up with this weird thing. Yeah, especially again, and it feels really disingenuous when they say, "Hey, we're no longer nerfing things. We realize that this could be, you know, there's this problem happening where people are investing time to get a certain thing only for it to be like destroyed, basically." Cool. So we're gonna stop that, and then for them to have completely broken the game, way worse. And it's just like, it sends the message to me at least that it's like, oh, by the way, we're just gonna not tell you about it. Yeah, we're gonna nerf characters into the ground, destroy a skill, and then next time you play, you're just gonna be like, what the fuck happened? And that we're just gonna keep our mouths shut, because every time we talk about a nerf, it just gets us in trouble. So instead of not doing nerfs, and instead of listening to the community and actually having a conversation about how something could be too strong, instead, fuck it, we're just gonna do it, and you'll figure it out, and it seems super disingenuous. Anywho, we got a Nighthawk. I don't think a particularly good Nighthawk, but a Nighthawk. Got a big magazine. It's got a burst. That's pretty good. 4-shot burst and semi-auto. Well, burst is actually pretty good, but no thank you. Okay, so let's just not have an utterly depressing, just horror show of a time. Let us actually try to experience something. So, one of the things that we found out on stream while I was, again, very annoyed with the whole situation was that apparently the ghost call is working really well with this, and it actually allows us to basically... Yeah, I think they just basically made the hex not able to do what it says it does. So now I don't think the hex like synergizes at all with Moze. It's just an elemental grenade that can't really be used for much of anything anymore. Yeah, so yeah, I mean maybe if you're a Mara and you're just able to do just an insane amount of elemental damage, and yeah, maybe, I don't know. I haven't played Amara yet. I'm terrified to play Amara, then for them to be like, oh, she's the next strongest? Well, fucking annihilate her. And actually, I don't think Amara's the next strongest. I think she is the strongest, hands down. If nothing besides the anointed buffs that she attains. Yes, Ghost Call is just a fun, crazy time. And yeah, you can throw a bunch of them, and I think it all works out. Also, I lied. Well, not intentionally, forgive me. Essentially, I did not know this, but apparently the Ghost Call can be attained in 2 variants. One of them is just Joe Schmo Ghost Call, as well as something with Roid. I don't know what that means, but then you can also get cloning, which I did not know cloning was available. Even still, I think it would be cool if they ever do events like this again for them to have more prefixes for grenades so that it wouldn't just be like, oh, I got the grenade and signed, sealed, delivered, I'm done. Instead, it could be getting the perfect grenade, just a better version of that grenade, or a grenade that synergizes perfectly with your build. Oh, but wait, then they fucking nerf it. Great. Oh, I'm still having fucking flashbacks of what's happened all these weeks. Anyways, I don't know, man. A part of me is like, dude, you're missing like a lot of things. Like, I'm sure someone's already been like, this is what works with Moze's build. But it doesn't take away from the fact that it's just a shit sandwich. And that now, after having like played so much the first couple weeks about getting this specific grenade, I'm gonna die? Am I gonna die? I'm in the water. This should rinse me off. Oh, I could always get in my mech just to be safe. Let's do that. What am I doing? Craziness. So yeah, the build that I found works best with Moze at this point currently is that one build that I haven't tried that I'm kind of debating on is if I have a build that's based around this specific skill, which is where is it? So basically, the ogre is fantastic. It spits out a bunch of bullets, all of them being explosive damage. Good stuff. But the one weapon that I had that speed kills, wherever it is, I don't know where it is. Where God damn it. Yes, this. So I'm wondering if this coupled with this perk right down here might be better for just general like ammo regen, because yes, it's only a 20% chance this is applied, but if you're firing at the speed of light, then I think it's not going to matter. I think you're just going to get the same result. So I don't know. That's where I'm at, where I'm like, okay, Okay. Okay, but anyways, for the time being, the build that I'm currently using is this. And again, I think the grenade is the hex is no longer a grenade that is applicable with Moze, which sucks considering everyone fought to attain it, and it's a challenging thing to attain. There's no specific easy way to get it either. The good news, I guess, is that the Ghost Call, at least there is kind of a slightly more general way to farm it, but it takes just as long because you're still having to progress through all of Haunt. Anyways, yes, so the Ghost Call is working pretty goddamn amazingly, as well as the new shotgun works pretty well with Moze in terms of regenerating your grenades or ammunition, because it fires basically 4 shots, and those shots all have a chance of detonating, which basically works within the weird time limbo period, which is that skill's delay, so that skill, throw grenades just to survive.
Better luck next life.
Yeah, but you see our shields are slowly coming back. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, because that's the thing. It just feels like you're able to see less things happening. Doesn't mean you're weak. It just means you're able to not understand why anything is working the way it is. And I don't know what the fuck that even is or means really. But anyways, we're just gonna chuck a bunch of grenades, all that fun stuff, and see, like, everything died. Like, these things had full health, no health. I don't know what happened either. I'm just hanging out, confused and hoping for the best. Also, it'd be so good if I could get a variant of this that's better. Also, if I die here, I'm gonna be fucking annoyed. Good. See, it died. Yeah, but the shotgun is very weird because it looks like it does roughly nothing, but it's because it takes a while for them to all detonate. But like I was trying to say is because of this skill right here, sorry, I'm just kind of jumbled and trying to get this point across, because of this skill being on a 3-minute cooldown or 3-second cooldown or whatever it is, because they impact, I believe that's an explosion, and then all 4 of them detonate within a weird time span, the odds of you getting 2 regens out of this are high. If you don't, but also I find it has a big enough magazine to where it makes use of my ammo regeneration to where I can just fire like crazy and send all of this death and fire that way. I will say I did get a cryo version of this same shotgun, and it's nowhere near as good. I would highly suggest getting a better gun equivalent thing. But if I do use my action skill, then I do get some cryo damage on top of that, as long as I don't reload 2 magazines worth of reloading, then we should be good to go. Also, I really hate that dude. I gotta finish that damn quest. Boom! 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 I went down. It's fine. I'm right back up. It's a really silly nonsense kind of thing. Okay. Anyways, oh, are you? No, you're not. I think you're just radiated. You'll die. You'll die. See that red dot? It's gone. Oh, my chest. Oh, okay, let's just go kill Trant. And I want to show you guys something. I think I already showed it to you guys when we were farming that special event to get anointed. Oh, also that's another thing. They said, yeah, they're just it's like every game like Destiny and everyone, they have really bad communication with the actual people like updating the game, and then the people who are supposed to articulate that information to us. Because basically I was in the impression that the same anointed buffs were gonna be given to us. Okay, we just got one shot by a boss. Cool. I don't think we can climb high enough, but I do think the souls can maybe leech off of the other ads. There we go. Yeah. See? Look at that. What in the fuck, man? What in the fuck? I'm so confused. Like I have never killed him that fast with the fucking hex. But yet that's the thing that got trashed. I don't understand. It looked amazing, looked stylized, cool and endearing, but no, the Ghost Call, that's the new thing. I don't know. Rowling Call, no, I know what it is. I'm good. Elemental damage boost. No, I'm good, but interesting. No, I'm good. Let's do that one more time, because maybe the stats were on our favor. Do we just have like insane elemental power? No, minus everything. Minus 20 damage to guns, minus more bullets, and a little bit more elemental damage. So maybe that was enough to give us a crazy leg up. But let's kill him one more time with the same build, and see what happens. So the point that I want to talk about is that it's not that I don't have a build right now that just tanked a boss in 2 seconds. It's not that. It's not that I even find myself going down. It's the point of feeling like his time has just been ripped away. You've invested in this thing, you finally got it, and then boom, it's just gone. And you're like, well, that thing that I worked for, that thing that I tried to earn, just got taken away. So then it begs the question, well, why would I ever fight to earn anything in this game? Why would I not just get a save file from a person that tells me a build that's like this? Or why don't I just download a modded weapon that gives me the same result that I had? Like, there's tons of these questions that just don't seem to be making sense in my head. Let us see how quickly we can kill you. And yes, I mean, we're still chipping away at you. It's not as instant as the last time, so I guess that elemental damage was really helping us. But still, I mean, we've killed him in like under a couple seconds. And there's just still thousands of souls. So I just don't understand what the heck's going on or that they're doing. Again, to me, it's still the feeling of like, well, I haven't farmed in a long time because it just feels like utterly useless, you know? Like, well, why would I farm if this thing is going to be pushed into the ground? It does, like, fuck it. I'll wait until for sure there's a build that's established as being powerful enough, but not too powerful, to then just download that shit. Like, what? But also, everything dies, like, just as if not faster, just with this weird ghost call shotgun build. And you were generating enough ammunition to never run out of bullets. And then for ghost call to basically heal you enough to where you basically are fine as long as there's enemies in a certain very, very giant radius. Ghost call will keep dealing damage and healing you. So, don't know. Needless to say, very confused. It's not to say that we can't deal damage. It just basically gives two. Like, I find myself only really being able to use this or the ogre because I need something that regenerates my grenades. Then again, maybe it's just that the hex doesn't count as grenade regen anymore. Let's see. Yeah. So if we just use the hex, we throw out all of our grenades. Are we gonna regenerate grenades at all? No. See, we regenerated one grenade in that whole time span. Yippee-ki-yay. Okay, we can throw another one. Yeah, we could basically use our our ogre to regenerate grenades in that way too. I don't think it's as powerful as this. Also, one more thing, just to wrap this up, if we really want to get into the nitty-gritty of like damage numbers and all these things, again, there's still some like just doesn't make any sense kind of thing, because it's basically like them saying, well, it's not that things can't be strong, it's just that the thing that you have can't be strong. It's just like, for whatever reason, fuck that thing, that's too powerful. Why? You haven't given a reason why it's too strong, when this right here is easily attained. It's 2 skill points and just a really good roll of a Torg bazooka. Let's do this. Boom, 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 boom. And he's dead. He's dead in an instant. Literally dead in 2 seconds. And he's completely fucked, by the way. His legs are blown off. It's a bad day for Trons. I don't understand. That's all I don't understand. Moze feels more clunky and awkward than she ever did at launch. And it's not like she can't still eviscerate the world, so I'm just confused. Yeah, I don't know what the goal here was. If it was like, you know what, Moze felt too synergistic and things worked for her. Fuck that. Die in a fire. Let's make it feel real awkward and gross and clunky. But you'll still kill things immediately. Okay, what? I'm so confused. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this has been just a very ranty thing that I personally needed for me. I'm not sure if anyone got anything out of this, but for me, I just needed to kind of get this off my chest because it's been something that's eating away at me for a long time. And also the reason why I'm not trying to be a McA-hole and not update the build video. Again, it's hard for me to want to be like, okay, get this, when boom, it's gone. And then I'm like, okay, great, now I need to make 7 other videos recalibrating myself for the new impending patch. I don't know. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Hopefully you guys enjoy. I don't know, I'm probably missing something like with grenades, like certain grenades I bet work great with Moze, but then that begs the question, why would you nerf the Hex when every other grenade is still insanely strong with her? I just don't get it. Like, I understand nerfing it to where it's lesser, but not to the point where it doesn't even work for her grenade regen anymore. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Yeah. Again, let me know if I think I'm missing something with the grenades. I bet, like, there's only just certain grenades that are usable now, but still, why would you limit the amount of resources you can use within a build? It makes things redundant, and yeah. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Subscribe button above me, as well as 2 videos from the right. Let me know what you think. Maybe I'm completely off kilter here. Please let me know. Thank you, and goodbye.